Welcome back to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krager. This is Alpha Bravo, and today we're starting off with the War for Cybertron Barricade. Now he looks pretty neat. Go ahead and give him a spin. A lot of kibble back there, a lot of spin. He has a place for his gun back here. You see stored up there. We'll go ahead and take that off for now. Spin him around. Now, instead of his gun just being a 5mm peg, you've actually got to pull this off and then stick it on to get that transformation gun type thing that doesn't like to stay on. But you get the idea. Personally, I don't like this. I think we lose too much bulk there. I'd rather they had just folded up the hand and had it plug in where the hand was. But I didn't play the game, so I don't know how exactly he looked when he had his gun in his game. So, for the most part, this just lives back here for mine. Yeah, and that arm coming off thing makes it a pain to transform too, just as an aside. The only real complaint, besides his arm falling off, that I have is these wheels on his hips. They do tab in here, but I think that makes the hips kind of bulky. So what I like to do is just kind of turn them down here. And this is kind of the vehicle mode position. But I think down there, yeah, it's a little bit more kibbly on the thighs, or on the calves, but I actually kind of like it better that way. But anyway, we'll go ahead and bring in, actually he comes with his background here. You can see it's one of the War for Cybertron backgrounds here, so that's pretty neat. Now we'll compare him to the current winner. We'll bring in the Siege Barricade, and see, he's actually bigger. I mean, we pulled Alpha Bravo up here, and he's pretty much the old deluxe size, and I dig it. I'm here for it. So, definitely really good. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the vehicle mode. And here we have Studio Series Barricade in his car mode. It looks very Batmobile-ish, especially with that engine exhaust back there. It looks pretty cool. So we'll bring in the Siege, and yeah, still smaller. Oh. Honestly, I like this a little bit better. The video game one looks, like I said, very much like a Batmobile, and really very otherworldly, where this looks like, a high concept car from Earth. So I like this one a little bit better. But see, not a lot to it. We've got weapon storage up top. Packs away pretty well underneath. Otherwise, no real complaints about the car mode. So let's go ahead and get our final thoughts. So is this our new IDW G1 Barricade? I want to say yes, just because this was the appearance that he had in the IDW 2005 continuity. Before, I'd called it a generic look, but it was actually this body that I was patterned after. So for our IDW, this is definitely our IDW. Of course, he didn't appear in G1, so I'm just going to keep him on my shelf, and we'll put away the Siege. Alright, let's move on to the next one. And finally for today, we're looking at the War for Cybertron Optimus. Now he looks pretty buff. He definitely didn't skip arm and chest day. Pretty good. The weapon storage is not as good as Barricade's. It's not documented in the instructions, but you take this little clip here on the underside, and it just tabs onto the bumper there. So we'll go ahead and take that off for now. We'll come back around. It comes with this axe. The axe is actually in 3 different segments. So you can stow those or do whatever you want with them, any configuration you want to. You can also flip the blade around. So from a single blade with a back blade to a double bladed axe. So that's really neat. And then like Barricade, you pull his arm off. Stick that in. If it wants to stick in, there we go. And you got the underslung chain gun. I mean, you can either do that or you can flip it over and have a straight arm shot there. I think it's supposed to be underslung. But anyway, something you can do. Again, you lose a lot of bulk here, and there's really no place to store this while you've got the gun on, so keep the hand on, and we'll just keep the gun stowed. He also has matrix chamber, which is actually really cool, and the matrix does pop off. Let's see if we get a good close-up of that. A lot of paint detail on that, so that's really neat. I'm glad they did that. Pops on really easy. Closes up. Overall, appearance-wise, he's not bad. Definitely pretty bulky, but from what I can tell from screenshots from the game, he is supposed to be pretty bulky, so not too bad. And he comes with his stage here. And I think that's supposed to be Iacon or the Omega Supreme in disguise or whatever that was back there. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to compare him to the Earthrise. And we see one slight problem there. He's about a head short. Why they gotta do that to me? Anyway. So as far as a G1 or IDW scale, he's definitely going to be short. I mean, this is probably perfectly sized for the game. If you collect all of these, you might have the full set in the game scale, but for the Siege scale, it just doesn't work. Now, I had classified this appearance as the pre-war Optimus look or Orion Pax look. That was a kind of a cross between this body and the War Within body. And the current winner I had was the Abyss KO. And you can see the Abyss KO does not lack in the height department. And he has a bigger axe. So, of course, this axe doesn't transform, so 6 of 1. You know, and I actually like the head sculpt on the Abyss better than what we got on the Studio Series. So, you can pick between them. Alright, let's go ahead and look at truck mode. And here we got the Studio Series Prime in his truck mode. It looks pretty cool. Don't like the fists hanging out back there, but otherwise not too bad. Got the big gun up top. You can rearrange the axe where the 5mm hole's on the side. And you can stuff it in this 5mm hole, and so we can carry his axe around. So, got a hole on each side, so whichever you want. Pretty cool. Rolls pretty well. Packs away okay, except for the arms just hanging out there. But anyway, let's go ahead and go some comparisons. We'll go ahead with the Earthrise here. You see, definitely a lot bulkier, but of course he is a lot bulkier guy. And kind of see how they took, you know, G1 cues and floated into the War for Cybertron aesthetic. Pretty neat. Bring in the Abyss. Now, I'll admit this is the first time that I actually transformed the Abyss because, you know, the original War for Cybertron mold is pretty much a pain to transform, and I'm still not totally sure I got it all right. But as you can see, they are very similar. I mean, they both hit the aesthetic. This one has, you know, legs sticking out. This has fists sticking out. But otherwise, you know, the aesthetics are pretty much dead on. They're almost the same size. Not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and go to final determination. Alright, so is this our new IDW G1 Optimus Prime? Well, he's not going to be G1 because this looks nothing like G1 except for the color scheme. But as far as our IDW, our pre-war Orion Pax, I think I'm going to stick with the Abyss KO. Just for the scale and I just like it. It seems a lot slicker. I mean, even though this is a little bit easier to transform, this is a lot slicker. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. And that's it for today. Now, of course, if you want to keep both of these for a War for Cybertron display, go for it. They did have a Bumblebee. I didn't like the Bumblebee, the look of it. I actually still like the original better. And they gave us a teaser for the new Megatron, which the new Megatron might be pretty cool. Might still be too short, but it might be cool. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. If there's a character you'd like to see, put your request in the comments below. Although, there aren't too many left. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.